Hi everybody, I'm Corinne Blackstone and welcome to my craft room. I'm so happy to have you here today. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a really fun coloring shirt. You can do this with all sorts of images and designs, and it's super easy. These make great little Easter basket fillers. They make really fun gifts, or if you're having a kid's birthday party, this is a great activity. They can take it home with them, and it's super inexpensive because you can get these shirts super cheap. I'll link where I get mine down below, and then you can get your markers. This whole box, which is I think 20 fabric markers, was $10 on Amazon. Now, let me be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you to heat set this ink about 15 times in this video. I'm not sure how often I'm gonna be able to cut that out, but you don't actually need to heat set this ink. I was thinking of old markers that I had, and I bought these new ones for that reason, because you don't heat set. So this shirt has been washed. You let the ink dry for about 24 hours, and then you can just wash it like normal, and I think it looks really good. It's super cute. Now, I don't love coloring, so I kind of left the egg empty, but I think it came out really cute. You get so many colors. I'll try to hold them up. But you get a ton of colors in your marker set. The markers work really well. And like I said, this is a great activity for kids or even adults. Now be sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. That way you don't miss out on any of the fun crafty content we have coming. And let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be making this really fun coloring shirt. These are great gifts. They're not just for Easter. I'm going to use an Easter image, but as long as you can find an SVG that's like an outline where you think you could color it in with crayons or markers or whatever, then you can make a shirt with it. It's really fun, really easy. So what we're going to do here is download this image, and I'll link this one down below. That way if you want to use the same one, you can. But there's tons and tons of options that you can use for this. So I'm going to click download now, and I'm going to save it into my coloring shirt folder and then click save. Now we need to extract the folder, so you're going to go ahead and open up the folder you just downloaded, which is a zipped or compressed folder, and you need to click extract all and then just click extract. That way you have access to your files. Now this comes with several different file types. It comes with DXF, EPS, JPG, PNG, and then it has a PDF, but then you'll also notice that you might have a Microsoft Edge HTML document or Chrome or whatever. It may show as an internet browser file. That is your SVG, which you can see right here, but they don't all say that. So just note that the one that is your internet browser file is your SVG. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this over into Cricut Design Space. So over here in Cricut Design Space, all you simply have to do is click upload, and then you just click upload image, and you can either drag and drop or browse for your file. I'm going to drag and drop, so I'm going to use that SVG and just drag it and drop it over into Design Space. Now this is a large high quality file, so you may get that little warning, but you can just ignore it. One other thing I want to point out is how blurry this looks. It's going to look really blurry until it's actually on your canvas, so don't worry if it's looking a little bit messy. Now from here you can add any kind of tags you want to it if you ever want to search for it. I'm not going to do any of that, but I'm just going to click upload. And now it's going to put it directly into our Design Space canvas. Now, one thing I want to point out to you is, do you see kind of how weird it looks? It looks a little bit weird, but what you're going to do is go here to the ungroup option, or the grouping, and you're going to see that you have all these gazillions and gazillions of parts to this. So this one's a little bit weird the way they built it, but you can see there's so many pieces and parts. It's absolutely insane. Now I'm going to change the color on this really quick so that we can take a look at this a little bit better. So one thing I want to point out to you is that once you've changed the color, you can actually see where all the cut lines are going to be, and this is going to cut it correctly for the design. Whoever built this obviously doesn't necessarily understand some of our design programs, and that's okay. We can still work with this, and that's why I actually wanted to use this file, because I think this file was just a little bit crazy, but we can still work with it really easily. So the first thing that I want you to do is you're going to select all here up at the very top of your screen. Now I'm going to show you a couple things. The first thing that I want to do is I want to show you what happens if I choose Unite. If you choose Unite, now it's going to take a while to do this because there are so many parts, but you'll notice now that you only have one weird little line, and then you have this weird little line. You don't want to use Unite or Weld with this. I'm going to go ahead and undo this. What you want to do is, again, select all, and instead of using Weld or Unite, you want to use the attach function. What that does is it tells Design Space just to hold everything in place and cut it as is. That way, it's just going to work a little bit easier for everyone. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I want to kind of look at these really quick just to see what happens if we hide certain parts. So you'll notice that if I go through and I hide some parts, it's going to like cut them, but it's really weird. Like I said, this one was set up super strange, but it'll still work as is. We may have a couple little odd lines through it, but I think it'll work fine. So we're still going to go ahead and use this one. Now, like I said, you're going to notice that you have a lot of little pieces and parts. There's so many that even hiding this, I'm not sure what part that even is. Same with like some of these, when you hide them, you can see that's like the full outline, which we definitely want to keep. But you can see here, like I can hide some parts and it will still kind of cut them a little bit weird. So this one is just a little bit odd. And like I said, it's just the way that it's set up. But we are going to just be using, these outside edges. So when we go to weed it, it'll be a lot easier to actually tell what you're going to do. Now you could go through and hide all the parts that we don't want, but that would take a really, really long time and it's not going to affect the way that it's cutting. So you can see here that if I remove some of these pieces and parts, that it's gonna kind of hide them so that they're not gonna cut, well, so that it'll show you, but like it's gonna cut exactly the same. I hope that makes sense. I think it'll make more sense when you see how it cuts out. But it's very confusing, and so just know that when you have designs like this, you don't have to remove any of the inside portions. You can if you want to, but you don't need to. You can just leave it as is and it will cut fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and save my project and I'm going to call it Dino Color because that's what it's going to do. We're going to use it for our coloring shirt and I'm going to go ahead and click Save. From here we can hit Make, and what you're going to notice is that we're going to have the dino on our screen. Now had we not attached this dinosaur would have been in so many different pieces and parts and it would have just been really, really messy, really, really hard to work with. Now, I'm going to leave it the size it is. I think 7 inches is fine. Depending on what you're putting it on, you can resize it to any size that you want. But I think it's a little easier to kind of see what it's going to do when you're looking at it against the same color. Now, we're doing HTV, so you can mirror your image if you want to. You don't have to because there's no words. But if I mirror it, it'll just flip it so that when I put it on the shirt, the egg will be over on this side. But if you don't mind the egg being on this side, you don't have to mirror. It's up to you. Now, I'm just going to cut this with regular HTV, but you can definitely have fun with this. Cut it with any type of HTV you want. Maybe you want to use holographic. Maybe you want to use strip flock. Maybe you want to use brick. Whatever you want to use is fine. But I would recommend not cutting this in like white because you're going to want to put this on a white shirt and the marker can bleed on to the white. So I would recommend using a dark color like black, navy blue, something like that. So let's head over to the Cricut and get this cut out. We're going to go ahead and load the Cricut. I am using some Caesar Easy Weed in black for this. Make sure that when you put your HTV on your mat that you're putting it carrier sheet side down. And what we're going to do, we're going to get this cut out. I'm going to show you how to weed it, and then we're going to put it on our shirt. Now, they do recommend a cotton shirt for this, and like I said, white is going to be your best bet. That's going to make your markers stand out the best, but you want to make sure that you're using a cotton shirt.
I'd run 1,000 miles if I could run with you. And from what I have heard, you do the same thing too.
Once it's done, go ahead and unload this, and we're gonna weed this out. It's really, really easy to do.
Guess mystery loves company. Better too late than never. You know we could do better. So take a chance and run with me. Everywhere we go, we turn to paradise. All I know is that I need you in my life. Let me show you how it feels to roll the dice. You know you want it. Just say the word.
All right, now that he's all weeded, we can apply him to the shirt. So like I said, use a cotton shirt for this. It's gonna work best for your markers. Now I have pre-pressed this shirt, although it does look a little wrinkly still, that's okay. I've pre-pressed the shirt. Now this is Caesar Easy Weed. I do have one spot that didn't cut very well, but that could be a me problem. But anyways, this is Caesar Easy Weed. So this presses at about 315 degrees at a medium firm pressure for 15 seconds or so, so it should be fine. I do see there's a piece of my hair stuck under there, so we want to make sure we get that out. Then you just sort of line this up on your shirt where you want it. You want to get it as centered and straight as you can because they're going to wear this, and I think that looks pretty okay. The nice thing is the dinosaur isn't like a fully straight character. So like if he's not perfectly straight, no one will notice because he's kind of a little cocked to the side. And his little arm sticks out where the egg is. So like your center point is a little hard to find, but that's okay. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to take this over to the press and we're going to press this. And then I'm going to show you how we color this in. Now that it's done, I can go ahead and lift this up and we can peel off our carrier sheet. Now I'm going to let this cool down and then I'm going to show you how we color it in with some great markers that I got from Amazon, really inexpensive. Now that we've pressed our shirt, now is the fun time. So what we're going to do first is you want to make sure you put some sort of protection inside your shirt, whether it's a piece of cardstock, a piece of cardboard, something in between the layers of your shirt, just so that the markers don't accidentally bleed to the back, just for safety's sake. So I'm just going to use this cardstock here, and you just want to make sure that it goes under the image. If you're doing this with kids, you can tape it down on the inside to help it stay flat, but whatever you need to do. So now that I've got this under my dinosaur, I'm going to use, I have a ton of these. I got a big pack, so I've got a ton of different colors to choose from. I got these from Amazon. I've used them a couple of times. I really, really like them. I think they are really good quality. I'll link them down below, but all you need to do is just color it in. Now they do recommend going in like the same direction, so since I'm going down, I don't want to go sideways. That'll just give you cleaner lines, and you can just kind of color it in however you want. Now, these are going to be permanent, but you will need to heat set the ink when the kids or you, whoever's coloring this, your friends, I don't know, you can make coloring shirts for anybody. Once you're done coloring, we'll heat set them in. So I'm going to go ahead and color in my little dinosaur design here, and I'll show you how we heat set it, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we're all finished. And this is the finished shirt after I washed it. I think it came out really, really cute. I wanted to make sure to wash it so you guys could see how well the color stays. Now I did wash this inside out in cold water, so make sure that you do that. And I did not put this into the dryer. This is such a fun and easy project that anybody can do. You can do this with your kids, you can do this with your family, whatever you want to do with it. It's fun, it's easy, and really inexpensive. You can get a cotton shirt pretty cheap, and the HTV is also really cheap. I'm going to link everything that I used down below, including the markers from Amazon. I really, really like these markers. I think they worked really well. I think they hold to the shirt really well. I apologize for the dog hair on my shirt. That's just what happens because I live with pets. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in those comments down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. Be sure that you're subscribed here on YouTube. That way you don't miss out on any of the fun, crafty content we have coming. Again, everything's linked in the description to help you find everything you need to make this. As always, happy crafting.